And so it begins. About 200 protesters at Pearson marching at this hour to Terminal 1 departures. Air Canada workers, 3,800 customer service representatives are on strike this morning. Couldn't reach a deal with the airline overnight. Pensions and wages are the big stumbling blocks. Expect big delays out of the airport this morning.
Yards in South Etobicoke this morning. Really interesting live-eye that we're going to be having today, talking about some of the Via Rail trains and some of the different options. In terms of weather today, it's a really gorgeous one. We're going to be into mainly sunny skies, nice comfortable conditions, highs right around 21 degrees. Where are we right now?
Let's head trackside now. Here's Frank with your forecast.
Yeah, we're trackside this morning, South Etobicoke and the Via Rail yards. Going to be hanging out with them for today. Weather-wise today, mainly clear skies, UV index on the very high side. Nice comfortable conditions around 21. A little bit of a fresh start to the morning, though, with temperatures this morning just barely over.
Let's say good morning once again to Frank, who's also very busy. Oh, yeah. I love the train. I do love the train.
I do. You know, Kev, I've never done the Via Rail experience.
No?
I've never done it. No, the one opportunity that I did have to go was when we did have a little bit of a disruption because there was a blockade a few years back. But this is something that I've always dreamed to do. You know, you can actually charter one of them. Actually, the train right behind me right here, this little area right here.
What do you mean charter one of them?
You could rent it out for $4,000.
Yeah.
It fits 50 people. This is a full area that could be a full bar if you wanted. You could do a casino night. You could take it all the way down to Niagara. They'll detach the train. You go have your fun in Niagara, and then they'll reattach the train, and then you take your regular route back into Toronto if you want.
Oh, very neat.
So you could do it for a wedding, stag, anything like that. I think that's pretty cool.
It is very cool. All right, We'll get back to you in a moment. Right now, traffic and weather together. Here's Eva.
7:12, you're watching Breakfast Television. Frankie is not here right now because he is out at Live-Eye for me. So what am I missing today, Frank?
Well, Jen, you know what you're missing today is a Via Rail experience. Have you ever been on the train?
I have never been on the train.
You too. You know, I've never been on the train as well, and it's something I've always wanted to do. I got two little ones at home, both boys. I watch a lot of shows about trains.
I do.
You know what movie I watched last night?
What movie?
Polar Bear Express.
Oh, I love that movie. Good movie.
Great movie. But today we're going to talk about Via Rail, talk about the train, talk about the experience, and we're going to meet Elaine McCullough. And you are from Via Rail.
I am.
And we're just hanging out here, and this is kind of gorgeous.
Thank you, yes.
Where are we right now? What train is this?
This is Via Rail's Renaissance train. This is the newest equipment we have to our fleet. And right now we're sitting in a typical setup that we would have that would go from Toronto to Montreal or Montreal to Quebec City. Mm-hmm. And you can take this in either economy class or first class, which is called business class. And that's where we're sitting right now.
So we're taking a look at some of the menu options
yes.
that you have. The other thing that's really nice too is that I see that we're facing each other.
Yeah.
So if you're with family and or friends, is this the experience you get the entire way?
Yeah, this is the experience. I mean, you get a choice of an appetizer and 2 hot meals. You have a meal choice depending on your preference. We have wine service. We have these amazing chocolate truffles that we give after
say everybody loves
meal.
The truffles.
People are fanatical about our truffles. Yeah, people love them. So that kind of caps off your meal at the end. And that's some breakfast pastries we have. So for people that have never traveled on the train, this is for first-timers. They're blown away by the food, the service, even hot towels when you sit down to eat, so you don't have to eat with dirty hands.
So the trip to Montreal,
yes.
How long is the trip to Montreal?
You can go 4.5, 5 hours depending on which train you actually take, but we have many departures, and we actually have 503 trains a week. In the corridor, so it's lots of choices to fit your schedule and lots of fare plans depending on your budget.
For the active person, the business person,
yes.
There's an opportunity for them not to be driving their car, so they have an ability to be online, on the phone, totally connected.
Productivity in a downtown to downtown train, so you don't have to take a cab out to Pearson. You can get on the train, and you can get on 15 minutes before the train departs, and you can start working with Wi-Fi, cell phone service, and then if you want to unplug and just enjoy the scenery, you could do that too.
Best way to book on the train, of course, is in advance because there are some discounts.
Exactly. So you want to go to viarail.ca, leave yourself as much time as you can, and to take advantage of all the discounts that are there.
And kids as well. There's an opportunity
Yes.
to take kids on the train.
Absolutely.
So how much is it for kids under 11?
2 to 11 are 50% off.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's great.
And Ottawa is another great destination. You said for kids there's a Child's Museum in Ottawa?
The Museum of Civilization has a phenomenal child's museum, and we take our kids there all the time.
Which is great.
And another great tip, if you're bringing kids, you can buy a $6 earphone splitter, and both kids can watch the same DVD, so you can kind of tune out and relax.
Yeah. I like tuning in and relaxing. Well, thank you very much. We're going to continue. We're going to talk a little bit about the chartered train a little bit later on, see the engine, talk a little bit about trips all the way to Vancouver and to British Columbia. But Kev, right now it's back to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey Kev, lots of sunshine today. You may need to pull down the shades if you're going to be heading your way out. What we have for weather today is 21 degrees as a high. This morning we're waking up to temperatures in those lower teens. Winds out of the north to northeast, changing to a southeasterly direction as we move our way through the...
It's a shot.
Hey, we're here back with Elaine. This is one of the coolest little features of Via Rail, and this is called the Glen Fraser train.
Yes, the Glen Fraser Lounge Car. It's one of our specialty trains that we have, and it's available for a private charter. So you and 53 of your closest friends can get on board and create the ultimate personalized experience.
And to personalize that experience, you've joined up with Life Experience.
Yes, we have a new partnership with lifeexperiences.ca, and they've brought some friends along to give you some ideas of what you can do. Basically, if you can dream it, we can make it happen.
And that's so cool. Let's see what we made happen here. We're going to talk to Murray really quickly, too, about the Life Experience package, anything and everything.
It's an amazing partnership that we have with Via Rail. We're really excited about it, and this is one of the showcase rail cars that they have where you can create your own fantasy with your friends, up to 50 people in the Glen Fraser car. Today we got Chef D, and we have our winery representative from Wolf Blast, where they've created this decadent dining experience that you can customize for your friends.
And there's nothing quite like being on a train, but also with Wolf Blast wines, James.
It's the best match. Chef D's put some food here. Wolf Blast Yellow Label wine's a great example of quality, consistency, and character.
And Chef D, what do we have for today in terms of some food?
I wanted to do something different because we're in a party car, right? So I wanted to do something really quick, like kind of appetizers. So I did a garlic shrimp with a mascarpone cheese done in a nacho scoop. So give that a try and see what you think. A little bit of bacon, because bacon and shellfish are a match made in heaven. Then I did a watermelon and feta salad with a herb crusted shrimp. And so give that a try. Just really refreshing, and it goes really well with the champagne.
I'm just still eating the first one.
Okay, sorry. And then, of course, we have a whole bunch of great different cheeses. Some Snappy Old, some salsa cheddar, Monterey Jack, and then, of course, 5-year-old cheddar, because it's absolutely the bomb. And then, now, this is kind of a really neat dish. It's called a scallop martini. So I've taken some small bay scallops, just quickly sauteed them off. We're going to put them in a martini glass. And then just what I've done is taken some Baileys and cream, and we reduced it down for about a half an hour. So all the alcohol's gone, but you get all that great flavor, that great caramel type flavor.
Beautiful. Well, when we try this, what we're going to do is head back to the station, and I'm just going to continue to eat, and I'm just going to take this as well, and this. Okay, back to you guys.
Hey, it's before 11 o'clock in the morning, Frank.
Wow, that does look really good, though. It's noon somewhere. It's 7:57 right now.
Beautiful setting that I'm in right now as well. So we're with Via Rail, and I'm going to do is ask Elaine to come on in. There she is, popping out the door. We're just going to unplug this cord. We were looking at our monitor there. Come on in. So in terms of sleeper cars, when would you take the sleeper car?
Well, Via Rail has train services that go across Canada. So we have trains that leave Toronto that go to Vancouver, and we have trains that leave Montreal that go all the way to Halifax. So you could actually travel all the way from Halifax right to Vancouver on the train.
This is one of the sleeper cars. Some of them are a little bit smaller. This is kind of like the deluxe romantic one.
This is actually Romance by Rail. So it's two bedrooms. So it's 2 bedrooms for 2 that's opened up into this beautiful large queen-size bed. It also comes with fresh flowers, sparkling wine, and then in the morning, if you would like it, you can request to have breakfast in bed.
Really? So if somebody's thinking of an engagement,
perfect. beautiful. Yeah.
And with the trip over to the west as well, there's an open rail car.
We have it's a glass roof car, so you can actually go upstairs and view the Rocky Mountains. It's very beautiful, majestic scenery.
And I think The Bachelor did do that trip through the Rockies as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
That was a couple seasons ago. In terms of cost for something like this, there's always a perception that V is a little bit expensive, but with the discounts early on...
Exactly. So we've got different accommodation types and different price points for all budgets. The secret is to book early so you can get the best pricing available.
And also with the trips, too, there's always those packages now that you're building. So the experience, you call it the human touch, is it?
It's the more human way to travel. And actually, if you're looking for a grand experience, we're partnering with lifeexperiences.ca. And they have amazing partnerships with people like Fairmont Hotels. So go to lifeexperiences.ca and you can create your own package.
Cool. Right now, I'm just going to take a nap while we send it back to the station. There's nothing like a good bed, let me tell you.
You take a nap, Frank. You get comfortable. You deserve it.
You know what, Jen? If you ever look at the front of a train and you see the engine, if you want to know what's on the right side, it's the bathroom, just to let you know. That's just some information. You only find those things out on Breakfast Television. Small quarters up here. We're going to talk to an engineer, and as well, we're going to talk to Lino. This is Mark. Mark, your job is to drive the train.
Yes, it is. I drive a train for the last... I've been in rail industry for over 32 years now, driving for VIA for about 16 years. VIA's position is considered to be cream of the crop, basically, in our trade for locomotive engineers. We travel from Toronto to Montreal, Ottawa, Kingston, west to London, Sarnia, and Windsor, Niagara Falls, to name a few places. And we hopefully deliver our customers to safest way possible.
Did you like trains when you were a kid?
Absolutely, yeah. I think as every kid's dreaming to play with train sets and deal with it. I think I have my own as well, so yeah, absolutely.
You got the biggest train set. You said the average speed of the train to Toronto, Montreal?
Is about 100 miles an hour. This particular locomotive runs around 95 miles an hour top speed, which works out to about 160 kilometers an hour. You're looking at some of the levers and functions of the locomotive on the right-hand side over there, the black lever. That will be your locomotive brake. The red one is the train brake. And then the next black one is a throttle or gas, if you wish, and the key, which is a forward-reverse mode.
And I know what these ones are right here. This one here is the... Cool, eh? And then this one over here, the emergency button. Two different sounding horns.
Absolutely, it's for safety. It's an extra safety precaution for trains to warn anybody that's out there that may be possibly out on the track.
And quickly, Lino, we only got about 10 seconds here. You take care of all the maintenance. There's a train wash here, everything else.
Train wash, we switch out cars, put them together, and build the trains.
It sounds like every boy's dream, and you know what? The best way to end this segment... Sorry. Coming on down! Back to you, Kev. I'll be downtown in a couple minutes.
Hey, Frank?
Yes?
Do you know how much of a train geek I am, though?
Yes, I do.
I actually know how many blasts of the horn and what duration they have to be when it's approaching a crossing.
I mean, what is that? I don't know.
I believe it, and ask him if I'm right.
Okay.
It's 2 long, 1 short, 1 long, with the last one going while the engine's going across the crossing.
Okay, when you're going across a crossing, what's the horns that you're supposed to do? Can you do it right now?
Sure, 14L. So that would be 2 long.
Ooh.
Then 1 short.
Okay.
And 1 long.
Oh, man, it disturbs me. I know that.
Kevin Frankish had that totally down. You are a train geek, Kevin.
I am a train geek. I love trains.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Very jealous, Frank. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's check in on traffic and weather right now. Here's Eva.